mem, actually, I just kind of jog my memory, that I don't believe we've gone over this, but maybe we have, is the mem, lamed, and chaf, spell melech, right? This also, we understand that corresponds to the moach, the brain, the lev, the heart, and the chaf, the kaved, of the body. So each one of us is a mini melech, a mini malchut, mini kingship. And where's the mem in that? The mem corresponds, I guess, to the brain itself.
Say the three again.
Mem, lamed, chaf. And that's the progression letters.
But head or brain, what would you say the others were?
Brain, heart, liver. Liver usually, in Kabbalah, corresponds to the kitchka, is the lower, the visceral sort of part to ourselves. That if we're not careful, if we don't use our moach, our brain, that mem, to drive all the energy into this part, what happens is the kaved, which is visceral, animalistic, will affect the heart, and thus affecting what our mind thinks. Mem, lamed, chaf. Now let's reverse those, because we just spoke about them right in the beginning. So it's mind-boggling, right? There's the progression letters, chaf without the vav. Then we have the lamed, that's the kaved. Then we have the lamed, which is the lev, and the vav appears attached to it. And now we're moving towards the moach, which is enclosure, which we're really, really, really good. Well, mem sofit, which keeps out the things we don't want in there, thus allowing the moach to affect the lamed, the lev, and the chaf, the kaved.
And you can still be very much a part of the world, but you can still be closed off.
That's right. You're the melech. When you achieve that you're the melech, the kedusha, the melech of holiness. Whereas we understand there's a melech of the risha of evil. Right, it's the malchut. Right, this is now it speaks on the first Torah, which is where we're kind of this is a struggle between Yaakov and Esav. That Esav allowed his visceral instincts to take hold of him. Not that he didn't know Torah, he didn't know there wasn't a God. No, he allowed, because he didn't want to see the godliness and everything. The whole process was reversed. The kaved affected the liver, affected the heart, which eventually affected the Yetzer Hara, which gave the Yetzer Hara in his brain. It overtook him. Where's the Yetzer Hara and Yetzer Tov? It's in our makshava. It says our makshava. Our thoughts, good thoughts is your Yetzer Tov. Bad thoughts are your Yetzer Hara. It's not. It is a mystical concept, but we don't relate to that. We should be relating to that. Just very simple. Good thoughts, bad thoughts. And the more I have good thoughts, the more I filter out the negative thoughts. Right? Then I'm using that mem for the right way, and it's affecting the heart, which is the seat of kedusha, the holiness of godliness in this world, the corridor for godliness, and that then allows me to actually build what I need to build. Another way to look at it is we have 3 mitzvot that the nation is supposed to undertake when it comes to Eretz Israel. Appointing a king, destroying Amalek, the nation of Amalek, and building a Beit HaMikdash. Api Chasidut, according to Chasidus, this corresponds to the Mem is the Malchut, pointing to Melech, pointing to the king. The Lev is where the battle of Amalek takes place inside of each one of us, because that's where we have our doubts. That's the 2 Yetzers are fighting over that corridor to the godliness. And our kaved is our most visceral part, but it's also where our actions are expressed. Meaning that's the world of action, and that's the Beit HaMikdash. So each one of us, if we take upon ourselves this quest, this journey, this test, we can build our own mini Beit HaMikdash. But we first have to put God here, which will help to destroy the Amalek inside. Which Amalek is the Gemach and numerical value of Safek, doubt. In Chassidus, the spiritual war against Amalek is a war against doubt in Hashem. The real war is here, inside here. We've talked about this many times. We're not diverging too much into politics, but this is why it's the question of how to run the country in terms of where to build the road isn't as important as the types of people we fill up the country, the government with. It's very hard to find the right people. But that's the idea. That's what Tikkun, called rectification of the Medina or Malchut, is. That it's not making a Western country. It is rectifying it by bringing God-centered people into it.